Baby doll, you are a yummy salt and vinegar chip. Just one. I'm going to speak about crypto today. Crypto is a scam on one hand, but it's also very fair. It's very fair because it has a natural human emotion market cycle. And in this cycle, you get to be given an opportunity to buy back or to increase your position size. That's the truth. This is the Wall Street cheat sheet. I'm going to copy it. I'm just going to put it in crypto here so we can see everything nice and neat. Because the government does not intervene in crypto, we have the true pure market. Crypto is actually the last pure market on earth. One day we will be tainted by the government, but when we get there, that means we've made it. We've actually made it. So what I mean by it's a scam on one hand, well, the volatility can be disgusting. There are pitfalls everywhere. Not only do you have centralized middleman exchanges, you have the temptation of leverage and all these other bells and whistles hanging around. You can kind of avoid them. But the coins themselves is disgusting. We're not early to Bitcoin anymore. You can't really ride this Satoshi law anymore. We know it, right? You can ride it, but how much are you going to get out of it? How much are you going to get out of it? Are you going to get your nice, 5x, 6x? If you are heavily invested in crypto, like if you have 2 years worth of income of your job and you've saved up 2 years worth of work and you want to dump it in Bitcoin, fair enough. Fair enough. But for the rest of us, rest of you guys out there, guys, girls, and pet ducks named Greg, you don't have 2 years worth of savings. Now, how I made it in crypto was I went in and I just concentrated everything on I knew diversification's not going to win. I got to go 100% all in, and I did. It's worked out fantastic for me. It's going to keep working out. But what about you? Why is it fair? So we have the scams on one end. Where's the fair part? Well, the game's getting harder, but this is why it's fair. Do you see this anger and depression phase? In crypto, this lasts like 1 year down here, and then another year in this disbelief and hope. So you have 2 years. You basically, I will say, you got 2 years to make it. 2 years. And what I mean by make it, I don't mean go get airdrops and like be a degen. I don't mean that. 2 years to make it refers to you have 2 years from your job, your wage, whatever your income is. You have 2 years to dollar cost average to keep buying in no matter what the price is into crypto. Buy in anywhere down here. Just keep buying. Just keep doing it for 2 years. Crypto is very fair and it's wonderful because it gives everybody an opportunity. You know, obviously, when the crypto market crashed in 2022, I was really depressed just seeing this because it means everything's gone. We got to now reset 4 years. It's disgusting. But I know as I look back, as the portfolio grows again, an opportunity comes back and the cycle repeats and the flowers grow and the salt and vinegar chips get poured on the table and you get to eat them one at a time with your 3 ice cubes in a cup of orange juice. As that happens, you get to really understand, and I get to see with you, the power of turning someone with a small net worth into large through the power of compounding and averaging in over time. You get to see it play out again, which is beautiful. Now me, obviously every selfish person, everyone's selfish. I don't want this to go down. I want to just go up. We always wanted to go up. We want the green candles. But you have an opportunity here. So it's not about, you always hear me say this. That's why everybody loves following my Twitter, following me on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, bell button all. You like the crypto insights. They're unbiased. They give you the truth. And I'm very self-aware. Completely self-aware. I know what's going to happen precisely because it's usually what I don't want to happen myself. I'm like, I remember being that dude and I wanted to go up when it's going to go down. I can feel it now. I can feel it. Took a long time to train this intuition, but now here I share it with you. So this anger and depression phase, you got 2 years. But this is how you got to think about it. A lot of people, you have to assess yourself here because no one's going to hold your hand. And trust me, when 2025 and 2026 are here, I want to hold your hand. Unfortunately, the best way to hold your hand in the future is to rewind time. And we can't do that. I can't rewind time and give you cheap prices again. So you have to think of your crypto portfolio as a function of your time. So you're going to write this down, right? You write my crypto portfolio allocation is a function of my income in the year. Your units are your time of working. So for example, you ask yourself, am I invested 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? How much do you have in crypto? Depends on your income. Some people out there make $30,000 a year. You might have $3,000, 10% of that, so that's like 1 or 2 months into crypto. Other people make $100,000 a year, and they might have $50,000 invested total. That's 6 months. Why is crypto fair? Crypto is fair because it gives everyone who's the downtrodden of society, because we're growing so much, we have an opportunity. This is the opportunity part. The opportunity is you get to, even if you're low income, very low income, if you're poor, you're actually poor and you can't do anything, time is running out. But this is what you got to do. You got to think about it like this. If you're poor, you have 2 years. In 2 years, right, if you can save and dollar cost average, so if you spend, that's what this means. If you spend this into crypto, so you save your cash and you just throw it all into crypto, dollar cost average, just 10% of your wage. What this means is in 1 year, you'll have 1.2 months. Let's just round it up. In 2 years, you'll have 2.5 months invested. That's 10%. Isn't that fantastic? 2.5 months. We can do a lot of damage with that. If you can get more aggressive, I would prefer you to. Always get more aggressive while we have the conviction. We don't know what the future is going to be like. And I'll tell you right now, it's already going to be more difficult. I've been in markets for over 10 years. I'll tell you right now. And we always say, oh, I wonder what the future is going to be like. I wonder where this is going to be. It doesn't matter. There's always a common theme. The market is more difficult. It's more difficult. So the doors that were open for your strategy to make money, whatever it is you're trading, it could be bonds, currencies, metals, commodities, spreads, everything I was doing. In the future, they got harder. Every single time they got harder. And something else opened up. But I'm an outsider like you, and I'm also a yummy salt and vinegar chip, and I'm just going to let you know, when the other avenues open up, it breaks my heart, but I promise you now, most people are selfish. They're selfish dogs. They are not going to do what I've done for you. They're not going to make a YouTube channel and a Twitter, put everything on the line for free at the cost of 1 Ethereum, which you'll pay once you make your millions. And of course, your friendship, which is worth infinite. So they're not going to go do that and give it to you for free now and invest in you. I'm investing in you, just like I invest in crypto. And I'm tapping my fluffy slippers on the floor. I'm letting you know, no one's going to do this. I have met dozens and dozens of people who've made so much money and they are selfish scum. What's also sad is a lot of them start struggling and they come crawling back. They're too ashamed to admit they're struggling, but you can tell they're here to sniff something. Because everyone knows me. I'm open and I'm honest. People just got to talk to me a bit. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm sharing it with you. And then I ask them, oh, what are you doing? And they're just like one sentence. That's what life is like. You can't let it get you down. If I let those people get me down, I wouldn't be here. They're all scum and they're all shellfish dogs. The beautiful thing about crypto is I found the way that we all kill it. You know how Metcalfe's law works. You know It's not about cash flow in crypto. We're half commodity, half equity. So we are a hybrid of those. It's all about the people joining the network. And crypto is still onboarding double-digit percentages. The growth rate is still huge. Not everybody has a MetaMask wallet out there. There's more people on the future, and they're going to come in. So there are no guarantees we can go to zero tomorrow. Of course, we can go to zero tomorrow, and yes, it'll be over. But if you are working away, just consider starting minimum 10% of your wage in. Because in 2 years, if you've saved up 2.5 months of your income, in 2 years, right? If you invest, see, remember, I'm not even using dollars, it's time units. Okay? If you invest 2.5 months and DCA'd into crypto, if that gets you 30x one day, you'll get 60 months, 60 to 70 months, which is about 5 years. Isn't that fantastic? You'll get 5 years of income if it works out. But remember, that 5 years is if you invested, if you save 10% of your wage, you know? So if you make $500 a week, you put in $50. If you're living on $500 a week, that's all that matters. Don't worry about all these people buying all these cars and mansions. We can deal with that later. Your first job is to make it. The wealthiest person out there is literally the guy who can live with a toothpick, one salt and vinegar chip, and gets his dopamine or her dopamine from the sunlight and free stuff like music. And you know that already, right? If that person's got like what, $4,000 living cost per year, they don't care about anything else. So I'm not telling you to change yourself completely. I'm just saying you're going to have to bargain with yourself, because if you still have this mindset of, I need a Ferrari, I need a Lambo, I need a mansion, yeah, you'll get all those later. Maybe. By the time you get them, you won't care about it. I'm just telling you now, once you have them in your head, you will take excessive risks in the market. So I don't even care about those materialistic things. I'm just telling you, you will do that. You will take more risk than you need to. And then only after you've lost it all, you'll realize, damn, I don't actually need a mansion to live. I don't actually need $400,000 per year to live comfortably. I could actually do it with $40,000, but now I only realize it after my money's gone. You know who I learned this off? All the FTX people, all the Celsius people. Go read their stories. Actually, don't. It'll make you very depressed. Remember, in this time unit investment, if you save just 10% of your income, 10% every month goes straight into crypto. 10%. It's your future cash savings. Obviously, it's going to be multiplied like a tree. Growing. So, if you can save 10% and it hits a 30x, you get 5 years. And you think, now you get to play with leverage. Now you're like, hey, wait a minute. If I invested 20%, you get 10 years. Isn't that crazy? So you invest 5 months. Isn't that crazy? You get 10 to 12 years. That's amazing. 20% put in. Of course, a lot of people are going to say, well, I can't invest 20%. I don't really care. I don't care. What do you mean you can't? Find a way to do something. This time's running out. Don't be that person in 2029 when we're like, you think I'm joking. People think I'm exaggerating. We will be begging for a 3x in the future. A 200% gain. Yes, that's what a 3x is. 200% is gonna get your libido going in 6 to 7 years. I'm not joking, man. The game gets harder. Everybody's out there and poor. The stock market's rigged. Everyone's hunting for yield. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to watch all these people making 2,000x on Pepe, and they're not going to come in and have a look at crypto. And when they come in, they bring bigger clip sizes. They bring bigger clip sizes, which means they cap the rallies more. And they get more in tune with the markets. You don't have, in 2017, you had people literally putting in $500 to make 100x. It was happening. You all know what? 2015, 2016, 2017, because people didn't even know crypto was going to be around. They could never imagine that a 1 trillion market cap, a total crypto. It was like 100 billion. No, it was like 50 billion back then. 50 to 100 billion. Maximum. So they were only putting like $500. But now they're like, oh, crypto not only is the future, it's actually going to take over the world. Now that everyone has more confirmation. I know this from friends around me. everyone's clip sizes is much bigger. People are willing to put their 401k, their superannuation into Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're happy to let $60,000 to $150,000 sit there. Think about that clip size. Compare $500 to $150,000. That's a 300x difference. $500 to $50K is a 100x difference. So that's why the people who put in $50K today would have been putting in $500 many years ago, but now they have so much more confidence. Their clip size is 100 times bigger. They're going to cap the rallies. All this liquidity sloshing in, it drags us up over time, but it's only a drag and a drift. It's not a parabolic moonshot. So you have to respect this part of crypto. It gives you time, but it doesn't give you forever. You got like 2 years. 2 years to DCA. We're in it right now. You had all of 2022. And yes, it feels like your money's going to zero and burning, of course. Now you're going to have all of 2023, and that's it. Next year, we just start going up. You should keep DCAing, by the way. Like, technically, you should keep DCAing until we hit thrill, which is this part. So, the Wall Street cheat sheet. So, this was June 2022. This was November 2022, FTX collapse. So, Luna UST was anger. Depression was the FTX collapse, the final bout of depression at the very end. We are now in disbelief and hope. And it's going to keep rinsing for however long. Who knows? Maybe another 6 months, maybe another 18 months. I don't know the time. When it's ready, I'll tell you. When it's just about ready. We've only been rinsed one time. One time. What does that mean? Rinse. What rinse means is, let's go back, let's find a Bitcoin. Rinse means, I'll put on a weekly. This is little Bitcoin. Rinse means this was depression. So this was anger. So here's anger here. That's depression. Now disbelief. We are in a disbelief and hope. This is the first round of disbelief and hope. Somewhere here. So you go disbelief, hope. Oh no, what happens? You go back. We did this many times. Disbelief. And then look at this. 1, that's 2 cycles, that's 3, that's 4. So look at this. This is disgusting. This is the rinsing. We go, oh no, by the way, disbelief becomes hope once it goes a bit too far for a bear market. Now it's all relative. Don't try to time it. This is just the human emotions. Disbelief, so let's go back. I just want to show you again. This is it. Because you're running out of time, baby dolls. You're running out of time. Disbelief here. You see disbelief? Everyone says this is a suckers rally. And hope a recovery is possible. So the suckers rally, everyone can't believe that we're going up despite the economy and everything else doing bad. But then we get hopeful. Everyone says, oh my God, a recovery is possible. But then we go back into disbelief. We crash again. Everyone's like, oh man, this rally and everything else is going to fail like all the others. Unfortunately, we don't do this once. In the past crypto bear markets, we did this 3 to 4 times. So I think it was 3 times here in 2015, and it was about 4 times here. So far we've only done it once. So yes, we've only done this once. Now it's up to you. Now you got to think, oh, see, time's running out. The clock's ticking. Eventually, we're going to go on another hope rally. And it's going to go just high enough. We don't know where it's going to go. It's all relative. You never know. Maybe Bitcoin goes to like 42 to 45K up here. And then it gets everyone hopeful that we're going to go to 50 and we're going to break the all-time high. And then we stop and then we come back down. So maybe this is 1. Maybe we go another 1, 2, 3. You're at the point we're running out of time. If there's going to be 3 or 4, we've already done 1. So that's why it's really important. You got to dunk as much in as you can. You got to dunk as much in as you can. I can't help you with knowing the future. All I can tell you is what I'm doing. You know the coins I like. You can find them on Twitter. Start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. You're going to have to go down the risk curve. If you only have 10 to 20% and you're earning a low income, you ain't making it in Bitcoin and Ethereum. No chance. You have to do more work. But it's worth it because your multiplier is huge. Look at this. If you get this right, if you get a 30x, man, you're going to get 10 years of income. Literally, you don't need to work for 10 years. But I would tell you to keep working, of course. Put that 10 years of income and stake it somewhere, earn yield on it, and that will boost you along the way. And in the next cycle, maybe that 10 years, maybe you don't even need a 30x in the next cycle. Maybe you have more money and you're like, hey, I just want to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum in the next cycle. Maybe you make your nice little 2 or 3x. But look what happens here. Your 10 years of income will become 20 and 30 years of income. Surprise, you've retired. You've retired in 2 cycles. Most people, you're investing much less. Me, I am a crazy peanut. I don't have any sensitivity to a dollar amount. If you give me $100, 1,000, 10,000, 100K, a million, 10 million, or 50 million, I promise you, I will invest the same way. A lot of people will say that's stupid, but I don't care. I'll invest the same way. Why? I've got that much confidence in all the research I've done and everything I've done and how I split and what I do that I'm like, well, that's it. So if I'm trying to make the maximum amount of money with my dispersion of my money, of my allocation, then it makes no sense for me to change whether I've got 1,000 or 100,000. After all this research and all this work, these aren't gambles. That's only because I'm here 18 hours a day. But for you really got to think about investing your time. Crypto, that's why, yes, it can be a scam, but the market is not manipulated by the government, which means when we are cheap, a lot of people get to accumulate. So here I am thinking, I'm so selfish. I'm like, man, I want the market to go up forever. But then as we recover, I realize, oh, okay, markets need to spend the year on the floor because there are people out there, the downtrodden of society, lower socioeconomic status, who want to participate, but they can't. They can only afford to save 10 to 25% of their income. They can only afford to put in like $200 a week, whatever it is they can afford. And when they are buying in this zone, their multipliers are huge. And the market gives it to them, not for like 1 month, not for 2 months. It gives it to them for 24 months. It gives you like 2 full years in crypto, if we repeat, 2 full years for them to accumulate their bags. Unfortunately, the way it goes is most people succumb to their emotions and their fear. So because we spend so much time down here, the hoping and the disbelieving and the rinsing, because we spend so much time, people then lose sight of the fact that one day we will get optimism here, where everyone believes the rally is real. Everyone starts becoming a believer. We break the all-time high. Then it gets thrilling and euphoric. People disbelieve that can never happen again. That's the unfortunate part. But hey, it's the same even playing field for everybody. No one else knows the future too. No one else what 2 years is going to be like from now. But you got to take that chance. So at the end of the day, you have an option now. What do? Can you raise cash? Can you get a second job? You got to be thinking about this, man. You really got to be thinking about this. Your time units invested. You can put 5 months in, you get your 30x. Eventually, I'm telling you now, the fact that I can even write a 30x, I know this is limited. I promise you this. This 30x is going away. You know, if crypto just recovers into the Bitcoin halving in like 8 to 12 months from now, this 30x, I'm sorry to say, it's going to be down to a 10x. Because if everything goes up a triple from here, then you can't get your 30x anymore. Now you're about to a 10x. You see how much that sucks? And then your 30x goes down to a 10x. And then if that goes up another double by the end of the year, now you're down to a 5x. And that's like, actually more like a 3. It gets more dangerous. Look at this. Look at your 30x, depression phase and everything. 10x, because you want to wait for the other confirmation, now you get a 10x on average. But what if it only gets 5 for you? If you're waiting for the 10x and it gets 5, you're screwed. And then you have to get 3x. What if it doesn't get the 3x? What if it only goes 2x? You got to consider these factors. The longer you wait, the more risky it is. That's why a lot of your problems are solved by using more size. I promise you. No leverage. Spot. You can't be liquidated. No leverage. And you say to yourself, no selling before euphoria, no selling before 2025. Most problems actually get fixed in crypto doing that. Doing more size. But to lure people in, what do a lot of influencers say to you? They go, you can make 1,000x with $100. You can make 200, 100x's everywhere. You're not going to make it. I promise you're not going to make it. You're going to hear about people making it, that's for sure. But you ain't, most likely yourself, you're not going to make it. You're not going to hold until the very end, and it's not going to happen. You're going to have to go down the risk curve, and you already see. So the choice is yours, baby doll, baby cakes. Don't forget, you are a beautiful, wonderful salt and vinegar chip. Tell mum and dad that you love them. Like, subscribe, bell button, all.